Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
With the left drooling over potentially sinking Roy Moore's run for Senate, there's just one thing the American people should see before figuring out which side they're going to pick. As it turns out, all you need to do is look at the testimony videos of the accused and his accuser side by side to see the one damning difference. Mad World News previously reported on Beverly Young Nelson and the so-called proof she has to link her past to the Alabama politician who she's now accused of rape. Unfortunately for her, it wasn't long before the American people were calling her out as a liar, seeing how her evidence, a signature and her yearbook, was a clear-cut forgery. However, Nelson may want to hold on to her hat because things are heating up around her, as a body language expert has since analyzed the two videos showing the testimony of both Roy Moore and his accuser. Come to find out, there's just one damning difference between the two that every American needs to see before figuring out who is telling the truth. First, we'll start with the clip featuring Nelson. For those unaware, she has obtained the legal counsel of parasitic lawyer Gloria Allred, a famed leech who usually represents accusers of the rich and famous. Too bad for Nelson and her representation, it looks like that forgery wasn't the only thing they were lying about. Body language expert Bombard exposed the truth on YouTube. Check out the video. Nelson's first sign of deception is visible as she stiffens up while explaining how Judge Roy Moore allegedly attacked her when she was a child, says Bombard. Nelson's eye movements then demonstrate rehearsed verbal communication, adds Bombard. Shortly after, Allred hugs an emotional Nelson, which Bombard believes is a form of acting. Nelson, visibly nervous, can be seen staring directly at someone. Looking at a focal point during a speech helps calm nerves. True victims of sexual harassment, especially those where the incident took place decades ago, will not burst into tears like Nelson. They will have had years to cope. However, that's not all we've come to see, as just a few hours after the first analysis, Moore went public with his own statement. Speaking before cameras and a crowd, the entire ordeal was caught on video, allowing for Bombard to once again explain what many folks miss in situations like these. Bombard notes Moore keeps perfect eye contact with various members of the crowd. He looks at everybody, that's good, says Bombard. Bombard then goes on to note as Moore touches on the allegations that he's clearly disgusted by the claims as he's talking out of the side of his mouth. Moore puts genuine emphasis on his words, while his speech is in sync with his body movements. Bombard notes Moore is not stiff while fighting back against the allegations. He's being genuine and looking at those who are looking at him, adds Bombard. At the end of the day, two things are true. Nelson is showing clear signs of deceit, the fact that she's acting, while Moore is being genuine in his denial. Of course, the narrative is imploding on itself with each passing day, as we're seeing that the accusations are nothing more than a hit job meant to destroy a GOP member's reputation and, thus, career. Too bad for these idiots. They didn't realize what they were up against when picking this fight, as their efforts are having no real effect. Moore's approval ratings aren't taking a hit, and it looks like he's going to take the seat despite the left's best efforts. It just goes to show that the truth always prevails, and this certainly seems to prove just that. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.